guys, welcome to the session. Myself Sai Karun and I am going to explain you the topic C programming. So today first I'll start with the topics introduction to programming and introduction to C programming. So this is a topic usually given for the first year students. So I want to ask you one question. What do you know about computer? So we all know that computer is an electronic device that will do work for us. Okay. Now, what if you want to make your computer work more than you expected? Like you can make the computer do your work. It will follow your instructions. What is your feeling that if your computer is listening to you and if your computer is working on your instructions then? So that topic we will be discussing now called programming. So see, the programming is mainly classified into three categories: procedural, object oriented, functional. So procedural languages means what? For solving every problem, okay, to solve every problem, you need to write an algorithm. What is algorithm? A stepwise procedure to solve a problem. Okay, so depending upon the algorithm, if you write a program, that programming language should be defined as procedural oriented programming language. Example C, the language which you are going to learn now. Next, object oriented programs. So this programming language will work in the method of defining an object and declaring its action. Understood? Now the next one, functional programming languages. Like these languages depends upon mathematical functions. Okay, right? So these are commonly known programming languages. Means these are the most crucial type of high level programming languages guys. Okay, now scripting languages. These are also most important languages only, but we never use them live in our systems. We use these languages in web level domain applications. Like we know JavaScript, we have TypeScript, we have PHP. So these are the scripting languages that are developed for the purpose of web. Okay, got my point? Next, markup languages like HTML, CSS. These are markup languages which will define the structure of your web page. Okay, query. These are for the back end of database, right? Next. So now they are asking you a question. Which is the best programming language you should learn? So they said project requirement, community support and learning curve, right? So I suggest you to start your programming career with C language. Why? Because C is a programming language that will train you how to use the other programming languages. Like if imagine you are joining in a school to learn something. Will you join directly 10th class or will you join directly for 7th? No, you will join as a kid. You will join like from LKG. You will start your education in school from LKG. Why? You need basics enough to cope up to the high level programming languages. Understood? So if you want to learn programming, you need to depend upon the programming language that is basic. And C is a language which is commonly called as mother of programming languages. Okay. Now within a minute, I am going to explain you about C programming also, right? Okay, now we will discuss about the introduction to C programming language. Now why we should learn this language? C programming is a general purpose language that is used by not only computer science students but also electronics also. Because we can use it to develop operating systems, we can use it to work with embedded systems like electronic gadgets like remote, mobiles, these all they are there. No? So you can develop the circuit parts and you can instruct the codes through them also. So why to use C? It is very efficient. Means what? You can run the C programs on any platform. Next, flexibility means what? You can use the C wherever you want and you can use the C language with very limited hardware also. Means what? You need not to think about very large hardware to work with. Even with a very minor hardware, you can complete the work. Next, portability. Yes, very simple. Why I am saying the word portability? Because you created an application in C and you are hosting that. Okay, you hosted that and it's happy. At the same time, you can make this application compatible with whatever ecosystem you prefer. You need not to think about only using a particular topic in C. Next, C is a large ecosystem since it's developed 50 years before, like in 1973 the C was introduced. So in these 50 years the C language has developed a large ecosystem for it, which can help you a lot. So how to learn C? So in order to learn C, you need to learn three concepts: variables, control flow, functions. So what is a variable? Variable is a name given to a value which is to be used in a program, like integer, float, character, string, array. These all will be the data types. So means what? You are defining a value first of all. Like see, what is the name of college? KBN. What is the class you are studying? Degree. What is your future? To get a job. So means that I can give these names to the values. Next, control flow. You created a variable, you are working with the data. Now the data you created in the program should flow from starting line to the ending line. Okay. Now to do this all, you need to regulate the flow of data. It means you need to guide it. Oh, data, you just go here, follow the instructions and go from first line to fifth to seventh, and here you perform this change. And next, function. What is the function? Okay, how to define it? Yeah. Do you know about the word pronoun in English? Yeah, I too remembered. According to the definition of English, pronoun is a word which is used in place of noun. Means that, for example, I'll say like this: C is a programming language. C is very useful. C is easy to learn. C is to be applied every day. So in place of C, I can use the word it. Means it's a pronoun. So C is a programming language. It's a high level language. Means what? In place of C, you are using a word repeatedly. The same way, if you want to use a block of code in your program multiple times, that can be happened by involving the functions in C. Okay. Next, data types in C. In C, we have four major types of data: primitive, arrays, structures, and pointers. Primitive means what? The built-in data types in C. Arrays means what? We are storing the data in the form of a sequence. Next, structure means what? You are combining different data type values into a single value called structure. And the last one is pointer. So pointer is a variable that defines the memory address, or to detect or define a piece of access in memory. Next, control structures. How you can control the control structures in C. What is the meaning of the word control structures here? Means how to control the application work. So you can do it either by conditional statement or by loop and by break and continue. About this we will discuss in the unit 2. So I am not moving on further with these topics. So the functions, what are the functions? Functions are the blocks of code that are performed and mainly used for modularity and reusability. Okay, so you need to know about three components: so modularity, passing arguments, and return values. Means that you can make very small piece of code to be repeatedly used without writing the same piece of code again and again. That is what I call as reusability. Next, arguments. In order to control the flow of function, you can keep some arguments to it. Means depending upon the argument value, the function should work. I can control it. And the last one, return values. Okay, you are returning the value to me and I want it to be in a particular format. That is what do you call return value. So these are the three important features that I can avail through functions in C. So till now we completed two presentations, and by this we understood that C is a flexible approach to the software development, and it is the important programming language which should be learned by everybody who are aspiring to have a programming career, right? So I hope you all understood this session. In the next session we will discuss about basic structure of C program, and we will execute the code. We'll execute the code and we will find what are the basic components to be learned to develop a C program, right? So bye guys, let's meet in the second session. Bye.